Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. We have a double header going on at the Breach household right now. We had WWE's Monday Night Raw, which honestly was the go-home show to WWE's Survivor Series WarGames, which is going to be happening Saturday. I am lucky enough to be going to the show. I will be going old school, getting a ticket with freaking Yaya 88. We'll be sitting in the 200s. At the same time, the San Francisco 49ers were playing at home against the Carolina Panthers. It is the Monday Night Football game. If it was not for basketball, NBA action going on in the world, all eyes in the sports world would be on the San Francisco 49ers, and we are putting up an ultimate egg. We are looking as bad as we could with a 20-9 lead. Brock Purdy throwing three, not one, not two, not three, first half interceptions. Fourth quarter is starting right now, so if I get a little bit distracted, it's been a while since I've been doing a wrestling review as I am watching a 49er game, so we'll get into that. But tonight's Monday Night Raw opened with Roman Reigns making his return to WWE. If you follow along, it seems like Roman Reigns is always making a return. We saw him last week at the end of Monday Night Raw coming down to fight with Team WWE / Team Cody / Team CM Punk, Team Roman, whatever you want to call it, whoever is the leader. Joining the team for the 5-on-5 affair that is going to happen on Saturday. But he made his way down, and almost as soon as he hit the ring, Cody Rhodes made his entrance and came down to the ring. And it seems all is not well with Team WWE going up against the Vision. We have three of the biggest stars that there have ever been in WWE. We have CM Punk, we have Cody Rhodes, and we have Roman Reigns. We got a leadership issue. We got a trust issue. We got who's going to backstab who. Now, by the end of this segment, I really am sold. This match is all about Jey Uso turning on CM Punk, possibly Cody Rhodes, but Jey is turning in this match. I am sold, but the first thing out of Cody Rhodes' mouth to Roman Reigns is why is he on this team? Roman Reigns responds by basically saying that half of this team is his family, half of this team is his bloodline, and that's who he is fighting with, that's who he is fighting for. Cody reaches out his hand, and he basically, thanks him for joining his team, which immediately brings out CM Punk. Honestly, when it comes down to it, this match has been made on Monday Night Raw. The reason why this WarGames match truly is happening is because of the Vision. The Vision shows up every once in a while on an episode of SmackDown. But this is a Monday Night Raw angle. And Cody is just pretty much coming to help out. And him and Drew McIntyre are just like the fifth wheels inside of this match. They need the names. They need the star power. But it really comes down to it. This is a Monday Night Raw match, and they need to go back to SmackDown when this is all said and done. But basically, you can see that there is a huge trust issue, and there's a whole leadership issue of who is the real leader of WarGames. If you remember last year, when CM Punk tried to leave the cell and make his way down to WarGames, Roman Reigns, who was the leader of that team, cut him off and basically was saying, like, you're not going out. Sammy, you go out. Punk, you're staying here with me. We're all going in before you, because at that time, Roman didn't know if he trusted Punk or not. And because of what happened with Paul Heyman and WrestleMania, Punk still doesn't trust him. And, when the whole thing is said and done in the ring, Roman throws out that he looked better with the belt than they did. And Punk throws out, like, who are you talking to? And Roman answers, you're going to have to find that out. So we don't know if Roman is throwing a jab at Cody, if Roman is throwing a jab at Punk, if we're possibly having some sort of a three-way between these three guys, for, I don't even know how you would do two championship three-way. Just, if I don't know, if Roman pins one or the other, he gets that belt. But what if Cody wins? Does he get Punk's belt? I really don't get that. I don't know. Maybe you get the belt with whoever you pin or something like that. I'm sure it's been done before in the history of wrestling. But yeah, the Team WWE, Team Cody, Team CM Punk, we're not getting along. We're not all on the same page here. Basically, like that's what the whole thing was setting up earlier on. So that is the first segment of the show. We follow that up with the last time is now Gunther versus Carmelo Hayes. I'm not gonna say this is the best Monday Night Raw match. This is the best wrestling match. This was a really good match. And if you were a fan of Carmelo Hayes, you were rooting for him. And you knew that the writing was on the wall. Gunther is probably going to be the one who wins this tournament. Interception, 49ers. That's Niners ball right there. This defense is so good for being so young. Robert Solom, give the man a raise. Give the man a raise. What if we had Nick Bosa? What if we had Fred Warner? I apologize. There's probably people flipping out because they don't care about football. They just want to watch wrestling. But Gunther was able to get the win. Carmelo he lost this match, but if there's ever a way to move up the card by losing a match, this honestly was it. We see Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk in the back trying to get on the same page, basically saying, like, why did you say this? Why did you say that? And kind of just bickering in the back more. And they're approached by Jimmy and Jey Uso. Basically, they call them out on just not wanting to, get along and trying to say who is the leader of this team. And the only guys that are working together are the Usos. They are one of the best tag teams in the history of the WWE. And they're putting themselves into the advantage match to basically end Monday Night Raw tonight in the main event. Of course, whoever wins the advantage match gets the advantage at WarGames, getting the first 2-on-1, which leads to 3-on-2, 4-on-3, before the match starts, when all 8 members are inside of the cell for the WarGames thing. So we also see into the heel locker room, where Logan Paul is informed that him and Drew McIntyre will be fighting against the Usos in their match. So that's what the main event is, and that's how that got set up. Dominic Mysterio came out. Dominic Mysterio brought out a John Cena mini. I think Aaron Rift knocked it out of the park with his tweet tonight. Is Vince McMahon back? These are the segments that sank Monday Night Raw in the past, whether if it's the time that Max Caster was on Monday Night Raw as one of Bobby Lashley's sisters. We've seen this once. We've seen it all. About the only time that it was ever good was the time that Shawn Michaels brought out the Bret Hart mini. And every single time that they've ever done this in the past, it might have been funny for a minute, but this was bad. Basically, Dominic started beating up the mini, which led to Rey Mysterio coming to run out. Rey and Dom seem to have something coming in the future. I thought they were going to have a match at Survivor Series. Ends up it's going to be against John Cena. But immediately, the Judgment Day music comes on, and Finn Balor and JD McDonough make their way down to the ring for a Rey Mysterio versus JD McDonough match. JD McDonough loses this match to Rey Mysterio due to the 619. A lot of outside interference from Finn Balor. JD McDonough, one hell of a week. Taking the last F5 attitude adjustment. What did they call it? The F5. I was gonna call it the FU, but taking the last attitude adjustment from John Cena. Losing the 6-man last week, coming to Raw this week, losing to Rey Mysterio. Be the freaking Heath Slater of Monday Night Raw 1000th episode. Lose to all of the legends. Lose to all of them. It's only going to make you better in the long run. From there, we go to seeing the new Intercontinental Champion walk through the back, and basically she has women coming out of the woodwork looking to get a title shot for that new Intercontinental title. The first girl that came up to Maxine Dupree, I don't even know who she was, so that didn't make much sense to me. But the Judgment Day, Roxanne Perez looks like she's going to be getting the shot at that title sooner than later, and coming away from basically being dead and buried. We find out that next week the New Day are going to be getting a title shot against AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. For the tag titles. So they were surprised. They were pumped. We haven't seen them on Raw in a while. I don't know if there was some sort of an injury to Xavier Woods. Kofi Kingston was involved in that Battle Royal a few weeks ago, but not quite sure. We saw the women from the women's WarGames match all come down to the ring. They all faced off when Rhea Ripley hit Nia Jax in the face with a microphone, which started a huge brawl. This is going to be a good match. This is going to be a really, really good match. I think the baby faces are going to win this, no problem. There was an injury in the Solo Sikoa versus Penta match. Right as a commercial came up, you could tell that the trainers were really coming to run out of the back. And as soon as we came back from commercial, which seemed like it was an extended long break, I think it was 8 commercials in a row, Solo Sikoa was just standing in the ring, and they rang the bell, and they announced that he was moving on in the tournament due to an injury. It was something with Penta's hand and the barricade. I'm not really quite sure if he broke his hand or maybe if he just got hurt and then he took out his frustration on the barricade with his hand. But Solo Sikoa and Gunther in the semifinals of the Last Time Is Now tournament. I'm a Solo fan. I've been rooting for him since he was in the Bloodline. Now he's the leader of the MFTs. I'm not really quite sure where it's going. If I had to bet money, he's not beating Gunther, but anything can happen. That's why he's in there, and as long as he's getting wins, I'm all for it. I think that's going to be awesome. So the last match of the night ends up being the advantage match with Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso going up against Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. McIntyre and Paul, they teamed up in a pay-per-view not even that long ago. I think they were in the main event of a pay-per-view, and it didn't even really get brought up. It wasn't the Money in the Bank show, because Money in the Bank, I think Logan and Cena teamed up together, because that was before SummerSlam when Cena turned back. But you would have thought they kind of would have brought that up. Basically, this turned out to an all-out brawl when Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker came down to ringside, which brought out CM Punk as well as Cody Rhodes. And basically, when everybody was fighting and it basically was a 4-on-4 affair, I don't even think the camera picked it up. Logan Paul sneakily got a victory. He got a pin, and the heels are going to have the advantage. Wink, wink. Surprise, surprise. And that brought out Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns made his way down to the ring, cleared everybody out, and that brought out Brock Lesnar, making his way down to the ring. And we were treated to 30 seconds of an all-out brawl, 5-on-5, outsider-style affair, going nose-to-nose inside of the ring. And as soon as those guys started throwing punches, Joe Tessitore was saying that we were out of time, and we could see what happens on Friday Night SmackDown. So this was a good show. It wasn't great, but it had a lot of momentum. Going up against the Niner game, it didn't have my full, attention span. But a really good show. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm hoping that if it's not too crazy at work tomorrow, come home, do a little live stream, update my thoughts on Survivor Series. Let's just have some fun, man. We're going to a pay-per-view on Saturday. We're eating some turkey on Thursday. Let's have some fun. Peace out, everybody.